Hey guys, it's Rob from Ultimate Diesel Tuning. I wanted to talk to you about one of the big topics out there at the moment, and it's about bull bars and accessories on the front of the vehicle. One of the questions we get, and a lot of our mechanics get in the workshop, is that impacting on the performance of my vehicle? Well, the answer is yes and no. One of the big concerns about having a big bar, lights, and all these different types of bars that are on the market is it restricting airflow to your intercooler, and is it restricting airflow to your radiator? Because if you take these two parts of your vehicle and they're not getting airflow, it definitely has a massive impact on your vehicle. So I want to show you through a couple of cars we've got here today in the workshop, the positives about these bars, and a couple of bars that I have concerns about the airflow to the vehicle. So behind me is this well kitted out 79 series. Obviously it's got the lights at the front, winch down the front here as well. Remembering on the 79 series and 200 is the intercooler sits on top of the engine. One of the biggest things we see with 79 series is people putting light bars on the top of the bull bar, which has a massive impact on the airflow coming straight into the bar, which blocks the airflow to the scoop. Effectively, the air hits the light bar and goes straight over the scoop. The other thing to make note is it's got good airflow. Yes, there's spotties on the front, but it's separated well and got good ventilation through this part of the bar and this part of the bar and through the middle sections of the bar, so good airflow to the radiator. So this is a Toyota Prado 150 series. It's actually got a factory fitted Toyota bull bar. One of the big things about this bar is you can actually see they've taken into consideration that there's really good airflow underneath the top section of the bar to get airflow through to the radiator, and obviously this car also has a front mount intercooler and obviously not blocking out the front section of the grille. This is the Ford Ranger 3.2 litre. This bar on this one I do have a little bit of concern with, and one of the big reasons is limited airflow. This car does have an aftermarket intercooler, which is a good thing to support the mods, where the bar is actually limiting the airflow to the intercooler and the radiator. And you can see at the front of this bar there is actually nowhere at all for there to be airflow to go into the front of the vehicle. The only spot is basically at this level, which is nearly under half the volume of air can get to the front of the vehicle through the radiator and intercooler, which is key components when you're thinking about those supporting modifications to keep them cool and the efficiency of running of the vehicle. Okay, this is an older style Navara D40. It has a bar on here, the front. You can see it's really solid through the front end, so there's no gaps there to really push the air through the intercooler and radiator. The other point I'd like to make is it's got spotties being fitted to the bar also, which are right in front of the grille section, and where there's the Nissan emblem, which is another block, and the other light on the other side, which limits the airflow through to the radiator and intercooler. One thing to mention on the Navara D40 is the intercooler is quite small on these, so we really want to try and minimize the area that we're blocking that surface of air getting through to those cooling components. We've got another 70 series in the shop, fitted up with a Toyota front bar. Again, remembering the 70 series and 200s, top mount intercooler, really good airflow with this Toyota bar, thinking about radiator and keeping the vehicle cool. No lot spotties on there, so this vehicle is going to get maximum cooling. Even though it's got a winch there, you can see the three key areas, left and right side of the number plate for airflow, above the winch, and the front grille, really big air area to get to the radiator. There's probably no better example to use than our Hilux, because this does everything, obviously quite hard four-wheel driving. We also use it to tow my race car trailer from time to time as well. But at the front of this bar, and the reason we chose it, the ARB one, was you can see that honeycomb section through the front. That's really good for obviously airflow as well. On top of that, the grille and the bar was spread quite wide to maximize airflow through there. On top of all these additional extras on the front of the vehicle, the supporting mods we did was upgraded intercoolers, the turbocharger as well. And I must say, I've never had a problem with temperature in this vehicle, no matter whether it's driving, four-wheel driving, towing, any conditions. It's been a great vehicle. I think it's now got nearly 50,000 on the clock. So when you're thinking about accessories and bull bars for the front of your car, make sure you take into consideration the right bar for your vehicle so you're not blocking the airflow to the front of the car. So after you've been forward driving in your vehicle, make sure you take the time to clean the vehicle thoroughly. The biggest thing we see is the mud goes beyond the winch and really blocks up between the condenser, the radiator and the intercooler, and that's where we see big issues, because it's actually blocking the path to cooling these key components for your vehicle. So today's not about talking you out of getting a bull bar or those accessories fitted to your bar. It's about making the right decision for your vehicle so you're not limiting the airflow in through those critical components for your engine.